Humans Stole Our Ship by OGGruntComm. A towering, light green creature with a distinct crimson crest embedded into its forehead stood firmly, with a hint of anger shown from its rapidly shifting mandibles. "Worker 121, explain yourself," the creature said in galactic common. A much smaller green creature, with a light blue crest embedded in its chest, looked down to gather its thoughts. Then, after a deep inhale, it spoke. "Broodfather, as stated in our initial report, we landed our scout ship at the designated landing zone. It was at the center of a large, empty field outside of one of the humans' nests. The cloak field was active and showed no signs of degradation, so we disembarked and made our way to survey the nearby wildlife that the humans had domesticated." The creature placed an appendage near its eye socket, rubbing the outer shell to soothe itself. While scanning one of the rounder white animals, our warrior kin was suddenly and viciously attacked by a four-legged monstrosity. Before he could even react, it ripped into his throat as if trained to do so. Gods, it was terrifying. The creature paused a bit and then took a step forward, mimicking taking out a weapon from its holster. "I had to shoot it, sir. I know it was against protocol, but it would have gotten me. I shot at it, but all it seemed to do was piss it off more. It took several more shots to get it to retreat, but by then..." Bile exploded from the creature's mid-region. The larger creature took a few steps back, while several others with yellow markings went to clean it up. Our warrior was torn to shreds, but that was the least of our worries. The sounds of the attack and my discharging of my pistol awakened the humans. We saw lights activating inside the nest, and one of them coming out nearly naked. He yelled out for a Sally? There is no such animal named Sally in the database. Maybe he was calling out to his own? The large red creature chirped. "No, we believe he meant the monster that attacked us. It returned to him, limping from the pulse blasts from earlier. We saw him take it back inside, so we decided to head back to the craft and call the mission off." The smaller blue creature started soothing itself again, almost cringing at a potential strike long before it had happened. Once we neared the landing site, we heard a deep growl, along with multiple pairs of yellow circular eyes that cast a deep light. The ship recognized us approaching and decloaked automatically for us to enter, but that's when those eyes flashed across it, and the loud growling grew closer. By our calculations, they were going to make it to the craft before us, so we reactivated the craft's stealth and hid in the nearby woods. The humans arrived on top of these large transportation vehicles, carrying weapons and hollering. We heard one of them clearly say, "The fuck was that, George?" The creature jumped and scrambled a bit to the rear, realizing he had just yelled at the larger red one. "Continue, 121. The blue creature spoke again. "One of these vehicles managed to run into our craft, immediately deactivating the stealth on the damaged panels. It wasn't long until they found the entire ship." "So, they must have called their nest mother then. And had it retrieved?" the red one asked. "No, one of them asked about that. But the man who was barely clothed said, 'Fuck that. I don't want the ATF in my fucking shed. Let's bring it to Dave in the morning.'" "So what happened to it?" the red one asked. "They got a bunch of hooks and metal chains and literally pulled it from its landing site. Broodfather, they dragged our scout ship at least half a mile across their field to a larger wooden nest, separate from the one earlier." "So we can retrieve it then?" the red one asked while nodding to a yellow-marked creature. "Broodfather, we thought the same. We can't. Not without utilizing onboard weapons. The humans are there and protecting it. They are all armed. They are dressed differently, but very much look like the human warrior kin we observe on our passes over the fortifications." The blue creature stood up straight and began to plead. "If we go down there again, there will be casualties." The red one thought a bit and then waved him off with one of its appendages. "They are just humans. We have enough warrior kin to begin a small invasion. What is a bunch of two-legged, hairless apes going to do to us?" The red one turned to a purple-marked creature that had its hands on a couple of controls. "Pilot 130, make your course to what they call Florida. We are getting our ship back." The end. Like and subscribe for more content.